Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Upswing Baseball. My name is Samuel. Today we're going to talk about avoiding arm soreness. I'm going to give you some tips on how to strengthen your arm so you never get sore in the first place, and then some tips on how to warm up before a game or practice so you can avoid soreness that way, and also some recovery tips to after games or practices to avoid soreness like that too. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Welcome to Upswing Baseball, where we give you tips and drills to improve your baseball skills. So subscribe and hit the bell if you want to take your baseball skills to the next level. And let's just do this. So first up, we're going to talk about ways to strengthen your arm so you never get sore in the first place. And the first way to do that is weighted balls. And with weighted balls, there is a right way and a wrong way to do it. So don't just go around chugging them around randomly because you'll hurt your arm maybe. So look up, I don't have an exact program, but you can look it up like drivelinebaseball.com. They know what they're talking about. They're like the expert with weighted balls and all that kind of stuff. So if you do go grab some weighted balls, check them out, try to find their programs so you don't hurt yourself and do it right. And if you do want to grab some, there'll be a link in the description, so check that out. But weighted balls are a great way to strengthen your arm, especially for baseball, because weighted balls is heavier than the regular ball, so it just kind of makes sense. It really strengthens it. It does a lot. A lot of the top pitchers in the MLB use them and they've seen great results, so I would definitely go grab some. And then the next thing you can do to strengthen your arm is called jobs. That's just a little shoulder routine that you do like in your workout. They just kind of work the little muscles in your shoulders that you need to throw a baseball well. So you use like 3 5-pound dumbbells somewhere in there, and then you do 15 of each exercise, and I'm just going to walk you through real quick. 15 palms down straight out in front like that, and then 15 at 45 degrees with dumbbells facing up like that, and then straight out to the side like that. 15 more of those, and then after that you flip it around, have the dumbbells facing the other way, and then going 45 degrees, 15 of those, and then back to 90 degrees, 15 more of those. And after you're done with those 5, you go here with the dumbbells and do 15 L's like that, and then that's how you do jobs. So those are the 2 biggest ways to strengthen your arm to avoid soreness. Of course, there's a lot of other ways that I'll talk about in a bit that have to do with warm-ups too, and we'll get to that right now. So like I said, we're gonna move on to the stuff that you can do for warm-ups before practices and games to get ready to go pre-game. And the first of these things is J-bands. And you can and should do J-bands outside of games and practices too. Like you should do them on off days to strengthen your arm too. That's one of those things that you can do to strengthen your arm too. Yeah, if you want to grab some, there'll be a link down in the description, so check those out too. And real quick, I'm gonna run you through how to do them. So there's 10 reps of each exercise. First you do forward tees, and then backward tees, and then overhead extensions, then low internal and external rotations, and then high internal and external rotations, and last but not least, reverse throws. So 10 of each of those, and that's how you do J-bands. Moving on, next thing that you can do for warm-ups is stretching. Obviously you guys probably already stretch, but we still got to talk about it because it can make a huge difference between how sore you get, because if you're not loose and ready to go, you can actually hurt yourself and then you're out for even longer than just like regular little soreness. So you definitely need to stretch and stretch right. It's not just throwing a baseball too, it's like hitting. You don't want to like pull a hammy while you're taking daddy hacks, But I'm not going to walk you through my whole stretching routine in this video. We don't got time for that. But if you want to check that out, there'll be a link in the description to that video, as well as a card up there. It'll take you to my other video. It was warm-ups for baseball, where I did my stretching routine, so check that out if you want to. So yeah, next up we're going to talk about my throwing routine, and just like the stretching routine, throwing routine's in that same video, how to warm up for baseball, so check that out. But having a good throwing routine is very important for a lot of the same reasons as stretching. You don't want to hurt yourself, you want to be warmed up, ready to go, and also throwing like long toss that'll strengthen your arm and make your arm stronger and more durable so you can go for longer in games. Even if you don't go check out my throwing and stretching routines, please make sure you have a good one for yourself, because you're doing this almost every day during the season, and this is big to work on arm strength. You want to be on the right throwing program, throwing long toss and stretching so you don't hurt yourself. It's really big, so make sure you know what you're doing on that. Ask some coaches, figure it out. And yeah, that's all I got about warm-up stuff that you can do to avoid arm soreness. Now we're gonna move on to recovery. So stuff you can do after games and practices so you don't get sore the next day. This is probably the most important part of this video. If you're throwing a lot, like almost every day during those long spring and summer seasons, arm soreness is gonna be pretty much unavoidable at that point. Whether or not you come out like day 2 or day 3 of that tournament, whether you're sore or you're ready to go, that's going to be dependent on how well you take care of your arm with recovery, stuff you do after the games. And the first of these things that you have to do is icing. Most players know this already, and a lot of guys do it, but a lot of guys don't do it right. You should ice all parts of your arm for a while. Like, I don't know exactly how it is, but I've heard a lot of guys say like 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, and then another 20 minutes on, and then another 20 off. So what I would recommend for your icing is go elbow for 20 minutes, and then shoulder for 20 minutes, back to the elbow for 20, and then back to the shoulder for 20, and then you'll be good. That's an hour, 20 minutes of icing, and you don't have to be like sitting there doing nothing, watching your arm get iced. You can watch Netflix, do something like that, watch TV, I don't care. Like, it's just one arm, so you can do other stuff. So there's no excuse not to do it. But yeah, that's how to ice. We're gonna move on. Next thing that you can do for recovery is use Voodoo floss compression tape. I'm not an expert with this, but you can see a picture up there. It's this like rubber wrap that you could wrap around different parts of your arm, and you go through like different progressions. You do different things, like different like J-band movements similar to that, and then with it wrapped around your arm really tight. And then when you take it off, it'll decrease pain and speed up recovery. So I don't own my own, but I've used it a couple times and it's really helped, so I would definitely check it out. There'll be a link in the description to that too. And then last thing for recovery in this video, and like this whole video in general, last tip I got for you is running to get rid of the lactic acid. Last season for running, I just jogged poles after I pitched every time, and it made a huge difference in how sore my arm was. But then after the season, I heard actually running sprints is a lot more beneficial to get rid of the lactic acid. So like now I'm just imagining like how much better it would be if I was doing sprints instead of just jogging. But anyways, in case you don't know what lactic acid is, it's an organic acid that builds up in the muscles and causes pain and discomfort, which is soreness. And by running, you get rid of that and you don't get as sore. So definitely start doing that if you're not already. You'll see big changes, benefits in how sore your arm is. I strongly recommend it. Just like everything in this video, start doing all of it. It'll really help you. But yeah, those are all the ways to avoid arm soreness. I hope you enjoyed this video. If this helped you, please leave a like and subscribe if you are not already. If you have any questions about anything I talked about in this video, you're confused, or anything baseball in general, any questions, leave them down in the comments for me. I'd be happy to answer them for you. And then like I said throughout the video, all the gear I talked about, Voodoo floss, J-bands, all of that, weighted balls, they'll all be links to all that down in the description, so check that out if you are looking for any of that. But that's all I got. If you want to see more of my content, there's a playlist and a video over there, so check those out. And yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.